This is your last minute warning. Today's movie, Love in the Time of Monsters. Two sisters, blonde one and the brunette one, are on vacation. The first time they've had a vacation since they inadvertently killed their father when they were kids. Of all the places that they could have chose, it's this weird Bigfoot mashup with patriotic American hero Slavko's American Dream and Bigfoot Resort Bed and Breakfast, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what this place is. The only point that they're going there is because blonde girl is engaged to one of the Bigfoot guys, the guys that dress up like a Bigfoot monster, and she's looking to surprise him with some surprise sexy time. Unknown to the sisters, the troop of the people in Bigfoot feet, how do you say that? The people in the Big Feet's costumes get into a fight near the lake, and they fall into the lake during the fight and are magically, scientifically transformed into monstrous, savage guys in Bigfoot costumes. This is also including the blonde girl's fiancé. He's now a monster, which more on that later. The Big Feets, led by Kane Hodder, or the Hodder Monster, are tearing through the entire resort. Blonde girl is scared because fiancé almost killed her. She runs off into the woods. Brunette is hanging out in a closet and is attacked by one of the monster guys. She takes a bottle of tequila and shoves it in his mouth. He swallows the whole thing and falls asleep, because that's generally what happens when you drink lots of tequila. So at the moment, blonde girl is missing, and brunette is trapped in the cabin with a host of expendable characters. Some important ones to note are Uncle Slavko, the owner of this fine establishment, dancing guy and dancing girl who, dance, and Dr. Abraham Lincoln, who is also Doug Jones. Or Dr. Doug. Dr. Doug examines the booze-filled body that brunette girl filled up earlier and determines that these Big Feets were contaminated by unknown pathogens or chemicals or magic spells that were dumped into the lake. He also figures out that don't worry about it, because in about 10 hours, all of their heads are going to explode. And not like, pop, more like an explosion with fireworks that were built into their heads. So everyone's kind of cool with waiting out and letting all their heads explode until brunette girl figures out that blonde girl's not with her. Where could she be? She's probably dead. Oh no! Blonde girl shows up at the cabin with some country guy she met along the way, and everything's fine. They're just going to wait until everyone's head explodes, until she remembers that her fiancé is still infected and she needs to find a cure. So the only way to do that is to find out what the pathogens are that are inside the lake. While all of that is going on, Hodder Monster attacks a fuse box, and because movie, he now has electrical powers. So Hodder Monster is now electrical Hodder Monster, or Blanca from Street Fighter. The plan is underway. They're going to use the dancing people to distract and mystify the Big Feets, while the other crew is running to the lake to get a sample of the water. Fortunately, once they get to the lake, they are all attacked by killer fish, birds, and a really pissed off moose, killing a pretty big chunk of these guys. While the sample was never acquired, Dr. Doug uses his powers and figures out exactly what that unknown pathogen was because of reasons, and develops a cure. Uncle Slavko steals it in the dead of night while everyone is sleeping, because he's the one who's been dumping stuff into the lake and he doesn't want anyone to know about it. So he figures that the monsters will kill all the people who found out about it and he'll escape with all the evidence and the cure. The house is then attacked by crazed mutant squirrels, followed by Electric Hodder and his tribe of Bigfeets. They manage to steal back the cure from Slavko and kill off some of the Bigfeets. Luckily, they didn't kill Blonde Girl's fiancé, so they give him the cure and he starts to turn normal. Most of the other tribe guys were killed horrifically. Unfortunately, they didn't kill Electric Hotter. He shows up and is promptly attacked by the real Bigfoot, who's very angry that Bigfooting's been going on without union approval. Cue the fighting montage! Heroes win and Bigfoot walks away. Love conquers over evil. With mixed results. This movie, once it gets started, is a non-stop crazy mix of 80s, 90s, and whatever crazy awesome action horror monster comedy movie. The effects are equal parts amazing, goofy, and just appropriate in both ways when they need to be. If you get a chance, you should definitely check this movie out. So if you like this and you want to see more, subscribe, and if you got a movie you'd like me to review, leave a comment below. Just make sure it's good and cheesy. I'm talking like Gouda. If you'd like to know what I'm up to on a regular basis, you can follow me on Twitter. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe. You can watch the rest of the other ones that I've done from the past. And enjoy. That's also what happened.